Sagittarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early October 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Saggies. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Shuffle it up here one time, my guides. Talk to me. What's going on with Sagittarius, please? And yeah, we're going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Saggy. Guides and Spirit Team. Let's get this first card popping for my friends. Nice and quick. There it is. Thank you. Okay, so this is a very powerful energy, very fiery whenever I see it. Okay, see that very strong divine feminine figure pointing in a very specific direction, shot calling type of energy, but to me it does feel extremely fiery. So that's something you might want to either lean into or watch out for in the coming days and weeks, and I'll explain why. Because you know fire could be very volatile. But before we really dive too much into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the October subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this battle armored lady. So you see her there with the spiked helmet. She is pointing. So for some of you, you might be in a very future focused mindset. Like, okay, what do I have next week? What do I have next month? What about the next 2 months? You might be really setting things into motion or putting things into play about your future, or just very concerned about your future in one form or another. Hopefully this is a very positive way, but this is giving me Ace of Wands type of fire. Like, okay, I'm motivated now. Let's kick something off. Let's get it moving. Let's get it going. So this feels to me not quite like action, but revving the motors to make something happen. Okay, which can be very good, especially for a fire sign. Now, I always mention that I'm a fire sign myself. I have a lot of fire placements, so I totally get it. We could utilize that fire to move things forward, but at the same time, fire can also spread wild sometimes. So just beware of that. You might be a little extra fiery. We're just going to put that down right there. Let's get you into tarot now. And as I always say, the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. So shuffle it up here for my Saggies and see what's going on as we move into Libra season for my friends. And while we get the deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. Let's talk about like the last month, actually, because it seems like change has been the name of the game for Sagittarius for like weeks now. Last week's reading was a serious change. The week before that was a big shakeup. So for a lot of Saggies, there could be a lot of things that are in flux right now. A lot of things that are moving in, moving out, changing. So you might be switching plans quite often or going through a big time of transformation, I'll say that. But let's see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get these 3 cards out here for my Saggies, please. What do we got, my guides? Thank you. Nice and quick. Okay, 10 of Pentacles, good. Very good start. So we are starting at a very solid place. Okay, we're starting at a very grounded, solid place. Let's get you 2 more. Chariot, here's that movement, that action right here in the center. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one, my friends. I could already feel it. I feel it in my bones. Let's get you 1 more, then we'll really start to build this story out. So much power there. What we got for Sagittarius? Oh, thank you. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. There's like some sort of reverse happening here. Okay, because we're starting at a card that represents endings and we're ending with the beginnings. So there's like this yin-yang of energy we're picking up here, Sagittarius. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. At first glance, when I look down here at these cards, obviously I see we got the 10 of Pentacles, we got the Ace of Pentacles, so a lot of earth sign energy. Generally, this is very positive energy. It could be big influxes of money and opportunities, good things coming in on its surface. Remember, we have to clarify all this, but we have this action, this change, so to speak, here in the middle. So we'll talk about it all one by one. Let's go through. Position number 1. The 10 of Pentacles. When I see this, like, it might be your lucky day coming up. There could be a big influx of money leveling up in one form or another, and we really love this 10 of Pentacles card. And it doesn't just have to represent the material. I know I always say when there's a lot of earthy energy, you could be focused on work, you could be focused on your goals. And I kind of picked that up with the Oracle card too, like very much goal-oriented in this time. So you might be feeling that way, like goal-oriented, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to mark off the list, and going accordingly. But this 10 of Pentacles is like the prototypical happy ending, similar to the 10 of Cups in that realm. So you might have an end goal that you are really considering or crafting in this time, which would be very good. Now, the 10 of Pentacles can also represent the family. So family connections. It could represent your home, your household. So we'll see what's up with that as we move further in the reading. Now, moving to the center, we get the Chariot, which I feel is like one of the more intriguing aspects of this reading. This could represent a Cancer, so you might be connected to a Cancerian here when this card shows up. Complete and total action, just like that Oracle card we had in the beginning. Revving the engines, right? Getting the motors running. Let's get this popping in some way or fashion. This is the fastest moving card in the whole entire deck. It's like 0 to 100. So it could be a lot of action being taken or something that just happens very quickly, very suddenly when this card shows up. So I'm very interested in what happens here. The Chariot could represent either going to or away from something. So it could be travel, could represent vehicles, travel, vacation. So you might be wanting to plan a trip. But when I see this Chariot, you're either moving towards or away from something, or someone might be doing that towards you. But we like this energy generally. Now, I do have to mention the Chariot. I always say there could be some caution here with this because it moves so fast that it could sometimes make a mistake or a miscalculation. So you need to watch out for that in this time, not to like be too spontaneous or make mistakes. But the Chariot was also an instrument of war. That's what it was originally made for. In ancient times, people crafted these chariots to fight. So we need to watch out for that as we clarify. But moving to the back end, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So like I said, we're starting with an ending card here with the 10 of Pentacles. We have the last card in the suit, aside from the court cards, and we have the first one. So it's like an inverse of a journey. It's like walking your steps back, or the yin-yang aspect is showing up here, like beginning with an ending, ending with a beginning. There's a cycle starting to happen within the energy here. And there's a quick turn of it right here in the center. But when I get the ace, as with all aces, there are opportunities coming in. Now, this is my card of golden opportunities. If you don't take it, it can and will wither on the vine. So whether it's a new cycle, whether this is a monetary thing, a work thing, we love the Ace of Pentacles generally, okay? Because this could be something or anything that's in the very early stages. Okay, but I want to see how it all plays out, especially since like we're starting with a 10 and beginning with a 1 pretty much. So we have this little like flip-flop of energy. And with all this earth, we have water. It's a good mixture to start, but I feel like there's more underneath the surface, Saggy. So I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right. And get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. Let's see what's in. Let's clarify these for Saggies, please. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that 10 of Pentacles. Okay. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you have a message you want to give to Sagittarius, you can drop it down in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, 10 of Pentacles time. Why is that 10 in the mix? Cute. Yeah, there could be a very specific person, place, or thing that you're really craving. Okay, that's a vibe I'm picking up here, and I just have to go with my intuition here. We have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, generally a card that is the complete opposite of what we have going on here with the 10 of Pentacles. So the fact that we're getting this, we could be seeing big improvements for a lot of you. It could take a little longer than you think, okay? Like it's slow and steady. At least that's how we're starting, slow and steady improvement, baby steps, baby steps. But the initial thing I was picking up here is there is something you might be really missing or craving. Okay, whether it is a person, whether it is a place or an experience, there is like this longing that I'm feeling here in the beginning. And this could easily be someone feeling that towards you. And I could give the opposite message or a completely different message, that if we're talking about money, if we're talking about business, this is very good. For a lot of Sagittarius, like, you could really be experiencing an upswing in money. Once again, a level up, the abundance coming in, just be open to receive it. But I can't step away from this intuitive message I'm feeling here in the beginning. There is somebody missing something or someone, or longing for it in a very, very powerful way. We're going to keep pressing forward. I don't feel like I need to linger here too long. But if you're not watching this for romance or love, and there's nobody in the world you're missing, you're good, you're content, there could be big things coming in regards to money and financial security for you. I'll just leave it at that. So we're going to put this down here. Let's keep it moving into the Chariot for my Saggies, please. Like I said, that could be someone feeling that way towards you. So let's see why the Chariot is in the mix. Because this could represent, like the theme we've been seeing for recent weeks, change. So why is the Chariot here for my friends? Thank you. Okay. I mean, there is, just like last week, we have this Queen of Swords in the upright. I'm getting improvement one way or another. I'm getting a lot of strategy. I'm getting a lot of planning. And I've been getting that since the very beginning. Once again, we have a very strong divine feminine energy showing up. Now, if you're a male, this is just energy we're seeing here. But when I see this Queen of Swords, she is very stern, very serious, very no nonsense about her actions and her moves. And aside from that, she is plan-based. Okay, so if you don't have plans in place about the future, or how you want to proceed, or how you want to heal, this is Spirit really asking you to do that. But once again, if we're looking at someone else's energy, they could be very serious about enacting some sort of plan. This is someone that has a strategy, or they're building one, and they are serious about acting on it. Now, I don't mean that in a nefarious way or a scary way. This could be very positive. This could be a very positive plan and strategy, but I'm just seeing it. Okay, the King and Queen of Swords, they're very much strategy-based. Air sign energy, so maybe there's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that's making moves towards you, or you're making moves towards them. But this person is like, okay, I'm going to set this plan in motion, and I'm going to make it happen. Okay, that's the vibe I'm picking up here. So now would be a good time for a lot of you if you've been dealing with certain things, you've been struggling with things, or your energy. Now is a great time to get your ducks in a row. Dot the I's, cross the T's, because we're seeing it here. Let's move over to that Ace of Pentacles. I don't feel like we need to complicate this much, but let's see why the Ace of Pentacles is in the mix. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the Shadow card. So why is this Ace of Pentacles here for my friends? What's going on with Saggy, please? Thank you. Yeah, here's more of this strategy and this planning, and I do think you can make something happen, my friends. I do think you can, and if this is somebody else planning, once again, I don't necessarily feel like this is bad. Now, it would be up to you if you're going to accept or reject an offer. Like, I do pick that up here as well with the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, more strategy, more planning, but this is, to me, more feeling like an offer coming in, or you making an offer of some kind. And that would be up to you if you accept it or reject it. When I see the Two of Wands, just like all twos, it could represent distance, it could represent travel, it could represent being at a crossroads in life, needing to make a decision. It could represent partnerships as well. But to me, it is another strategic card. So we have strategy all over the place. I just want to say, if you are in that mode, if you are dotting the I's, crossing the T's, setting things into motion, you have what it takes to see it through. And if there is somebody else that is making a plan, they're going to act on it, and they could be making an offer of some kind. That's just what I'm seeing here. So let's go through and do a quick little recap. Strategy is really playing a big part in this week's reading. I'd say two of the main portions are full of strategy and planning. But if you kindly look here in the box, position number 1, we have the 10 of Pentacles with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Now, if we're talking money, this is a big turnaround or a level up in regards to money. You could receive a big influx or something good in regards to work or cash flow. But if we're talking about emotion and interpersonal connections, there's somebody missing something in a very bad way. Okay, whether they're missing a person, whether they're missing a situation or even a place. I'm getting a longing here in the beginning. But moving to the center, we have the Chariot with the Queen of Swords in the upright, someone very serious about making something happen. Like I said, someone does have a plan and they're planning to really put it into action. It's not like thinking up a plan just to think about it. There's action behind it, and it's going to happen, okay? Whether it's your plan or somebody else's. Moving to the back end, we have the Ace of Pentacles with the Two of Wands in the upright. So yeah, we have a lot of things with distance and decisions and choices. But the main thing I was picking up here on the back end is an offer of some kind. Okay, now it would be up to you to accept or reject it. But the vibe I'm picking up here, yeah, there's a little bit of waiting, but there is somebody that is planning on putting their plan into action, bringing it to fruition. But I feel like you might have the say in the end in one way or another. So please take a screenshot of that, Sagittarius. Let's get you a shadow card here. Interesting stuff. I mean, there's so much strategy in the mix, but let's see what we got in the shadows for my Saggy friends. And I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see what's going on, whether it's an internal shadow, whether it's something you don't quite see. It's an interesting, introspective thing to pull. So let's get you one shadow card here. And yes, if you've made it to this point in the video, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it down in the comments. This month, the first 4 weeks, I'll be doing a spread for every member that joined. So you might want to check that out. No pressure though. Okay. We have Page of Swords energy here, my friends. Lovely. Generally. So this is early stages compared to what we have here with this Queen of Swords. This could represent youth. This could represent age differences, air sign energy once again. But what's one thing we know about this Page of Swords? It's the watcher of the tarot deck. Okay, it's very defensive. It's somebody that's willing to talk, but there's a skepticism here when we have Page of Swords energy. And I feel like it does link into what we're seeing within the reading itself. You might be skeptical of certain people or their motives in this time, but Spirit might just be telling you, like, hey, someone's keeping tabs. Okay, maybe you're keeping tabs on someone else. Maybe someone's trying to keep tabs on you in one way or another, because this Page of Swords is the watcher of the tarot deck. But there is some eventual reaching out that comes with this card as well. There is communication, but it could be a little standoffish at first when we have this card. So just keep that in mind. Like, all of your communications in the coming days and weeks could be a little standoffish. Now, if you're not connected to anyone where there is an age difference, there is something being pointed to towards childhood or a child here within the shadows. That might need to be looked at, obviously, but this doesn't necessarily feel bad to me. Maybe you just need to know, like, hey, this person's keeping tabs and I need to just watch or be on my P's and Q's. So we're just going to put that down right there, Saggy. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the October subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the September subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's Fire and Air readings. But for October, I'll be going back to one of the classics. I'll be giving away 2 copies of the Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of the most beautiful decks out there. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments if there's a zodiac sign that you clash with. If so, which signs do you kind of bump heads with? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of October, your name will be announced in the community tab, my friends. As always, much love, and I'll see you next time.